Hope you're having a good day. This week, I am headed to Atlanta, to Georgia, to visit my daughter. She has a few DIY projects she wants to work on, and I thought you might like to come along with me because we are going to pick a paint color for her front door. She just had her house completely repainted except for the front door and the back door. So we're going to pick out a paint color to go with a wreath that she has picked out, and I will show you that wreath. And then I'm going to hang the wreath on her glass storm door. And if you have a storm door, you know that that can be a challenge. So I'm going to show her how to do that, and I thought I'd share that with you too. So let's hop in the car and we'll head to Georgia. Okay, so here's her front door now. It's a natural wood color, and she usually has this wreath up here, but we're putting a different wreath up that's bigger. It came from Target, and I'll put a link in the description to that. So we'll definitely need to prime this door and then paint it, and we're looking at some green colors, so I'll share those with you. So let's go outside, and I'll show you the outside of her house that she just had repainted. So they have hardy board siding. I'm almost positive it's hardy board siding. And she painted it Shoji white. And then we picked iron ore for the shutters because she didn't want a black. She wanted a nice black color that was a softer black. So we went with iron ore for that. So as you can see, here is her door, and she has a white storm door, and this will give you an idea of the white. See the white and I'm not sure if you can tell, but this is like a white, and this is like a little bit of an off-white. So you can see. So this is the color of the house, and this is the color of the door. So she was asking me, what do I do with the side light? And there are so many. That is a common question. What do I do with the side light? Do I paint the front door? Hi. Do I paint the front door and the side light the same color? And that is a big question that I'll sit down and talk about with you either on this video or another video. But for her house, we are painting it the same color as the house because she has a white storm door. If she did not have this door, we would have painted it green. But it's really a personal preference. So we'll get more into that later, but for this project, the Shoji white is going here, and then the green is going on the door. All right, so Savannah's holding the camera, so everybody say hey to Savannah. So this is, we're gonna pick out a green. I'm gonna take this down for now. But Savannah, we've looked through all these green samples that I got from Sherwin-Williams. Some of the colors are on my best green paint colors by Sherwin-Williams, and I'll put a link in the description to that so you can check those out. But we looked through these already, and Savannah definitely ruled some of them out, and she put the ones she liked the best on top. So what I wanted to bring to your attention is while we're putting these up, we're not putting them on top of each other or touching each other because colors can affect other colors, especially if you're looking at different colors. Like if you were looking at a green and a blue, you would want to put them far enough apart so they don't affect each other or pull colors from each other. Okay, Savannah, so what do you think? Okay, this is kind of how I work with clients. I usually say, which one do you look at one and say, I don't like that?
Both of these. This is too light, this looks too blue.
Okay, take them off. And I think that's sea salt, and what's the other one?
Acacia haze.
Okay, so those were a definite no for her. Okay, so now, out of these, is there one you don't like?
I think that's too lime.
Okay.
Well, it's not lime, but I think it's too green.
Too bright green for her. Okay. All right, and what color is that?
Clary sage.
Clary sage. Okay. All right, so now we're down to 3. Out of these, do you have one that's really drawing you?
Those 2.
Okay, so this one is your
I feel like
least
I'm
favorite.
leaning more towards this one because I have a lot of
That green.
I
in
feel
the
like I
house.
have greens that are that color in the house, but I don't know.
I think that's a pretty color. That's very gray. It's a very like gray tone, green, which would be a nice neutral green
Okay,
color.
another thing is I need to make sure that whatever color we choose isn't going to clash with the color of that wreath.
Okay, let's go get the wreath. Good idea. See? So let's look at the wreath on these colors and let's see. And she's actually got a hook, so she can just, there's like a little hook on the wreath. Yeah. Okay, so now what do you think?
Okay, well, I don't think I want this one.
Okay, so that one's out.
Which I think that's the one in Hannah's room, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one in Hannah's ring. Okay, so we're not sure that green is this green is quite working for her. So I pulled some greige colors that are not gray and not tan. They're kind of in between, and some of them have undertones of like cool undertones and warm undertones. So she's gonna test out some of those.
I feel like this is on.
Okay, so she's really liking
Give me
this
that
one.
wreath.
Oh, that does look better. Look how good it looks with the brick out there.
Yeah.
But it looks really good with the brick and the color of the house.
This is similar to the other paint color that I was looking at for the
Shutters? Oh. I think that's going to go with all kinds of wreaths.
Yeah, because at Christmas time, I have like a different wreath for Christmas. I'll honestly I'll probably take that one down for like maybe the fall time, and I'll switch it out with something else. But like from January to October, I'll probably keep that one up.
Okay, so we have our color. It's warm stone. So we're going to call Sherwin-Williams, order it over his phone. So it's easy pickup. So all you do is pull up and it's ready. So let's head to the store. We're inspecting for drips right now. Then we're gonna let this dry for probably about 30 minutes until like we can touch it and paint doesn't come off with our fingers. And then we'll start painting.
Isn't this exciting?
The same wall color, which is
Shoji.
Shoji?
Like Shoji.
Like S-H-O-J-I.
Shoji.
Shoji. Okay, so now we're adding coat number 2. This should be our last coat, so let's see. but it's drying, so that's why it looks a little splotchy right now, because some areas are dry. But this is where I started, so you can get an idea. But we'll let this dry and then we'll see how it looks. So I'm going to show her and show all of you how to hang a wreath on a storm door using ribbon. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need to do this project is you will need some ribbon, and I usually cut anywhere from 36 to about 48 inches, depending upon if I want a bow on the back or just a knot. And then you're also gonna need a command hook, and I actually find these at the Dollar Tree for pretty cheap, but you can get a pack of them at like Target and Walmart. So, and they're removable, which is what makes them nice. So basically that's all you need is some ribbon, a command hook, and your favorite wreath. So we found this wreath at Target, and I'll put a link in the description. And it's a dried flower wreath, a dried flower wreath. It has lavender, and I'm not sure what this other one is, but I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to take and thread your ribbon through, well, I'm sorry, not exactly. The first thing you're going to do is we are going to put a hook. We're going to put this hook upside down. So normally your hook is like this, but we're going to put it upside down on the very top on the inside. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you're gonna need a ladder, or in my case a stool, and I would recommend keep the door open. So you take this little metal thing down here on the spring, and you push it towards it so that this metal thing will hold the door open, and that way your door won't be closing on you while you're doing this. So now just take your command hook, and remember, don't forget to turn it upside down. You want to make sure it's upside down. So take your command hook, find your center. So you want to make sure you find the center. And the disadvantage to this is your center is right about where this hook is. So you're going to put it as close to that as possible. You are going to need to put your ribbon through your hoop, or in some wreaths you would go through the body of the wreath. This wreath came with a hook right here, so we're going to take and run the ribbon through the loop that's on the back, and then match your ends like so. Okay, so I'm sorry that the neighbor just started his lawnmower, but we're gonna do our best on this. So what you do is you're going to get your ladder in between the door and the entryway, and then you take your wreath like so, and you position it where you want it, like this. So then all you do is you tie a bow under the command hook, or a knot. You can tie a knot, and a knot might be pretty with this ribbon, so we'll do a knot, because I actually did a bow with the one on my door at home. This is a stiffer ribbon, which just really fit the look of the wreath. But the way I tie, I call it a sailor's knot. So I tie it like this, and then I hold this straight down, and I'm holding it straight down, and I take the tail and I run through the loop like so. And then I just pull it all the way like so, and then I push it underneath the hook, and then I'll cut these tails with scissors. And you have a nice little knotted decoration on this side and the door on this side. and the wreath on the door on the outside. So I'm gonna shut the door so you can see that this isn't in the way. So let me hop down and I will shut the door. Savannah just shut the door so I could show you how the door, the brown door, looks through the white. And one question you might have is how far up to hang your wreath, and that is really up to you. It depends upon the wreath too, but put it in the upper third section of a door. Well, I am back home and I completely forgot to do an outro. So I just want to thank you so much for coming and joining me on my trip to Georgia and watching these DIYs. I hope you have found it helpful and I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you're having a wonderful day and we will see you soon. Bye.